new cast, new story, and of course, a new adventure. That's right, we have entered the Disney trilogy of Star Wars movies. That means we are on Star Wars Episode 7, Force Awakens. And yeah, this is a trilogy that had its ups and downs throughout the years. I feel like Force Awakens is probably regarded as the best of the 3 movies that Disney has made for the Star Wars franchise. And I don't know. I saw this movie in theaters, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I feel like I will dive deeper into it after the movie, so we can talk about it after I reacted to it, and after you guys hear me commentate on my thoughts of the movie. But that's something I think we should dive deeper into for my review. But as of now, yes, we are on to A Force Awakens. As we saw in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, we saw basically the light side overcome the dark side, and we saw a retribution of sorts for Darth Vader and his character, and him overcoming the dark side with the help of Luke and defeating the Sith Lord. So, yeah, we thought everything was all hunky-dory, I guess. I don't know, like, all good and dandy. But, yeah, I guess there was more story to tell, because, of course, we get 3 more movies from Disney after that. I mean, like, it makes sense, though. Disney bought this for a hunk of change from George Lucas, so they were going to try to milk everything they could out of the Star Wars series. But, yeah, we are on to Star Wars A Force Awakens, Episode 7. I'm here, of course, to react, to commentate, as well as give a little short review and see how the movie holds up in its entirety amongst all the other Star Wars movies we have watched so far. I think it will be a good time for me to commentate in my thoughts towards this film, especially in the near future as we watch The Last Jedi and I'm blanking on the last Star Wars movie. Give me a sec. Rise of Skywalker. That's what the last movie is in the trilogy of Disney Star Wars movies. But yeah, I think we're in for a trip, a ride, entertainment of sorts. These are good movies. I honestly think these are solid movies by themselves. But amongst all the Star Wars movies, I think that's something we can dive deeper in and talk about as I review this movie. But yes, as I said, Force Awakens. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into it. Can't wait to react to it for you guys and commentate. Let's go. A long time ago in a galaxy. Also remember that it has been a long while since we have seen those letters come across our screen and the Star Wars theme music just jumping right out at you. When was the Return of the Jedi? In the 80s, late 80s? So I feel like it was a treat for moviegoers to come and see this in theaters. Yet again, a new story, a new take on the Star Wars franchise. So I think a lot of people were really looking forward to this and really hyped for it, just to hear that music and get all the same ambiance and hopefully the same type of feel we would feel from the original trilogy as well as the prequel of sorts. So mainly Luke is just not there anymore. He's vanished. So I feel that is a big topic throughout the series, these trilogy of movies. And yeah, he's just nowhere to be found. That's kind of reminiscent of A New Hope. Because, like, remember when they had the opening credits of that ship, like, coming across your screen and it's, like, so big and stuff? I feel like that's kind of a throwback to that. They're talking about Leia, aren't they? Because she is a general now, not princess. Well, technically, she's a princess in all our eyes still. Oh, bad boys. I feel like there is a huge argument of the Force Awakens just being a carbon copy of A New Hope. And I feel there is a lot of examples as to why people think that, and I sort of think that as well. But come on. Giving BB-8 instructions to hold this and take it away from the stormtroopers like R2 was told by Princess Leia in New Hope. Come on, that's really reminiscent. Uh-oh. This is the introduction of the new baddie. Yep, here he is.
You know what I've come for. The map to Skywalker. We know you found it.
What the hell, man? Oh, there's Captain Phasma or something like that. That's her name.
I think she was supposed to be like the new Boba Fett or something.
That stormtrooper doesn't look like he's following commands. It's fun to come back to the whole Star Wars themed universe It's just cool to see what has happened since we last saw it. So obviously we can see that the Empire, some people survived that battle between the Resistance and the Empire in Return of the Jedi. So they must have hid for a while till they had enough people to start a new empire. Because, like, where would they go after the battle they lost to the Resistance? There was no chance they could come back and fight them just one-on-one right after that. So they must have took a while. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff.
What you brought me today is worth 1/4 portion.
1/4 portion. That's he's played by Simon Pegg, right? No, there's BB-8.
Nima outpost is that way. Stay off Kelvin Ridge. Keep away from the sinking field to the north. You'll drown in the sand. No!
Come on. He's just looking for a friend. Or is BB-8 a boy? I don't know. Who knows? It's a robot. Or a droid. Oh my god. Oh, he tortured them pretty badly.
I know all about waiting. For my family.
These 5 pieces.
I mean, like, who wants to be alone? She looks like it's just her by herself. And, like, come on. You have to hope that there's still people out there that are related to you, or just a home that is awaiting your arrival.
What about him?
I'll pay for him.
Oh my god. That's a lot of portions.
60 portions.
The droids are not for sale.
Follow the girl and get that droid.
So he knows. He knows that droid's wanted.
This is a rescue. I'm helping you escape. Why are you helping me? Because it's the right thing to do. Me and Alan.
It's the right thing to do now. He just wants to bounce, too. Oh, shoot.
Oh my god, they're making a huge scene. They didn't really plan this out the best way.
That's kind of reminiscent of Luke and
Finn, I'm gonna call you Finn. Is that alright?
Finn. See? No, but what I was saying is that was kind of reminiscent when he was like jumping for joy with Luke and Han Solo, when Luke was all like, he shot one, he's all like, I got one. He's like, alright kid, don't get cocky.
FN2187 reported to my division, was evaluated and sent to reconditioning.
No prior signs of nonconformity.
So when did they stop using clones and start using stormtroopers? Like, because these are real people, right? Or are they still clones? That's something that I never fully understood. So if someone could explain that to me in the comments, why did they stop using clone troopers? Oh, wow. Finally. Salvation.
Perhaps Leader Snoke should consider using a clone army.
My men are exceptionally trained, programmed from birth.
Oh, well, that just sort of answered my question.
But, yeah, they're not cloned from Jango Fett's DNA anymore. What? Why are you running at him? What? Don't... He's all like, me? Me?
The jacket. This droid says you stole it.
Oh, damn it. He was captured by the First Order. I helped him escape, but her ship crashed. Put in me.
Oh, he's sad. Something maybe I like a little bit more than how, what type of direction they gave R2 in the original trilogy. BB-8 seems like he has more emotions than R2.
We might! In that quad jumper! What about that ship? That much garbage!
Ooh, well, looks like they're not gonna make it now.
The garbage will do!
Oh my gosh, what a coincidence. Come on.
I can do this. I can do this.
I can do this. It's either this or nothing, or you're gonna die. So might as well make the most of it. Oh, yeah, come on.
Oh, he owns it. He owns the Millennium Falcon now? That's funny.
Oh no, it took out the blaster.
Cannon's stuck in forward position. I can't move it. You're gonna lose him.
Get ready!
Are we really doing this?
Yep, there's no other way. Oh, engine's gone. Nice, got him. Nice. Dude, that was clutch.
I don't know your name.
Finn, what's yours?
I'm right.
Sir, we were unable to acquire the droid on Jakku.
Uh-oh.
He looks nervous.
Escaped capture aboard a stolen Carillion YT model freighter.
Dude, he knows he's in trouble too. Whoever gives... Oh, shoot. See, exactly. This is why I think Darth Vader is superior to Kylo Ren. Like, you would not see Darth Vader throw a tantrum like that. That is, like, really immature.
I'm not with the resistance, okay? Just trying to get away from the First Order. Could you tell us where the base is? I'll get you there first.
So where's your base?
Come on, BB-8, tell me.
The Ilenium
Get
system.
the Millennium System, that's the one. Get us there as fast as you can.
They really gave BB-8 a lot of emotion. What's that? Oh, that does not look part of the Empire. That looks like a whole,
It's the First Order.
its own ship. Oh my gosh.
Chewie, we're home.
Hey, Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Where'd you get this shit?
You can understand that thing.
Crew? At Junkyard? Thank you. Junkyard.
Well, you tell him that Han Solo just stole back the Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon for good.
Han Solo, the rebellion general?
No, the smuggler.
A smuggler?
This is a ship.
Yeah, I don't know. Go on, he's both. He was a smuggler, then he became a general, then he helped the Resistance. Dude, he's an icon.
We need your help.
My help.
This droid has to get to the resistance base as soon as possible.
He's carrying a map to Luke Skywalker.
Oh, you know who that is.
That BD unit. First Order is looking for one just like it.
First I've heard of it. Got you.
Oh crap, they're outed.
If we close the blast doors in that corridor, we can track both gangs.
I'll close the blast doors from here.
Resetting the fuses should do it.
Uh-oh. But aren't you scared that, yep, you'll release those things?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh no.
On the what?
Yep. Oh crap. Yep. Oh god, what are the... Oh. Those are some scary ass things.
And people actually want those? What do they want them for? Nice. Ooh, damn. Nice call by her.
You, close the door behind us. You take care of Chewie.
Yeah, this place is overtaken. I think you need a dip. You can't stay here no more.
Droid will soon be delivered to the Resistance. If Skywalker returns, the new Jedi will rise.
I feel like Snoke is a character we can talk about more, especially in The Last Jedi.
But yeah, as of now, Snoke was just like an interesting character, because like there were a lot of theories who he was, but nobody really fully knew who he was. Some people thought he was like Palpatine, right, or like a fallen Jedi or something like that. Yeah, there was just a lot of rumors behind this guy, and like when we get to The Last Jedi, we can talk about more about his character.
See what you got.
Gonna show the map.
Map's not complete. It's just a piece.
Why did he leave?
He was training a new generation of Jedi. One boy, an apprentice, turned against him and destroyed it all.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I feel you start training these young Jedis, will hope to be soon Jedis, and one bad egg turns evil, and yeah, you feel like it's your fault.
The Force, the Jedi, all of it. It's all true.
That's so ironic coming from him, too, because like he was the biggest skeptic of the Force in A New Hope, and now he's the one saying, oh, it's all true. So, hey, it just shows that anybody could be turned to the Force.
Maz Kanat is our best bet.
We can trust her, right?
Maz is a bit of an acquired taste, so let me do the talking, and whatever you do, don't stare.
Where's my boyfriend?
Who?
Chewie's working on the fall.
Oh, Chewie!
I assume you need something.
Chewie's her boyfriend, that's funny.
Get to it.
Or she just has a liking for him.
I will let nothing stand in our way, and I will finish what you started.
Oh, he's talking to Darth.
You've been running away from this fight for too long, Han. We must face them. Fight them.
There is no fight against the First Order. Not one we can win.
I mean, come on.
There's no chance.
You guys already heard of the stories, right? Of Han and Luke and just them defeating the Empire and stuff like that. It's been done before. Don't talk like that.
I'm not who you think I am.
Finn, what are you talking
I'm
about?
not Resistance. I'm a stormtrooper. Like all of them, I was taken from a family I'll never know. But I'm done with the First Order. I'm never going back.
Yeah, and he looks back. There's this movie with Clint Eastwood. I forgot what it was called, but he makes a comment like, I forgot her name, but she's walking away, and he says if she looks back, she's into him or something like that. And so, like, seeing Finn do that, it just means like there's some sort of attraction between Finn and Rey, I feel. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Oh, lightsaber.
That lightsaber was Luke's, and his father's before him, and now he calls
There's
to
Anakin's.
the saber. Take it. I'm never touching that thing again.
Why?
I don't want any part of this.
At this very moment, in a system
Look at that.
the new Republic
Look at the
rise to the
the flag behind him, that big brand, that logo. Kind of reminiscent of a certain group, organization that was in World War II.
And we'll remember this as the last day of the Republic.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That cannot be good at all. See, another nod, I feel like, to A New Hope, because isn't that what the general did in the Empire towards Princess Leia's home planet? He said he wouldn't blow it up if she told him the whereabouts, and of course he double-crossed her and blew it up. Oh no, the whole Empire is here. Ooh, Han still got it.
Graham, BB-8, they need you. Now, go!
Can I try that?
Can I try that? He likes the gun now. Nice shot.
I like this thing.
Wow. Traitor. Oh, this guy. That guy was like a meme. People thought he was like the coolest stormtrooper and stuff. And that is a pretty cool weapon, though. Come on. Ooh. Who got the shot off? Nice shot. Oh, crap. Damn it. Seriously?
It's the resistance.
Oh, really? Awesome. Oh, Poe. There he is. Nice. That's one hell. Little does he know. Ooh. Damn, Kylo Ren is pretty powerful, isn't he? Look at that. He's not even holding up his hand like Darth Vader used to hold them steady. He's just walking towards him like no big deal. There she is, Princess Leia. Been a while, huh?
Goodness.
Ah.
Solo.
C-3PO.
C-3PO. Probably don't recognize me because of the red arm.
Same old C-3PO. Making a moment very awkward. Oh, run into his master.
Oh, Cameron, you're alive. So are you. What happened? What happened? I got thrown from the crash. I woke up at night. No you, no ship, nothing. I need your help.
Poe is like really freaking nice, isn't he? He seems like such a nice guy. Like a guy you would want to have a drink with or something. R2! Why do they have a blanket over him?
R2-D2 has been in low power mode ever since Master Luke went away.
Oh. His loyal companion Luke is nowhere to be found, so that means R2 just went to sleep mode.
It was Snoke. He seduced us onto the dark side.
Kind of like how Palpatine did with Anakin, their father.
To his father.
Imagine that your son, I don't know. That's such an interesting story, a background story that we didn't get to see yet. The fact that Luke trained these young Padawans to be upcoming Jedi, and one of them turns bad and just like denounces Jediism or whatever you want to call it, and turns to the dark side, and that one person was Kylo Ren. Oh, you're finally gonna take off your helmet? I really like Adam Driver. I don't know if I really like him as Kylo Ren. I still feel Kylo Ren is kind of just like a watered-down version of Darth Vader, in a sense. That's just my personal opinion. I don't really find him as a huge threat, even though he is really powerful, as you can see. But I like Adam Driver as an actor. I really like the stuff I've seen him in.
I'm not giving you anything.
We'll see.
You're afraid
Huh, she's doing it to him, too?
that you will never be as strong as Darth Vader.
If what you say about this girl is true, bring her to me.
Ooh. So that stormtrooper is supposed to be Daniel Craig, right? I think there were a lot of Hollywood A-lister stars that made like cameos into small roles like that.
You will remove these restraints and leave this cell with the door open.
Oh, she's using the Force.
I'll tighten those restraints. Scavenger scum.
Try harder.
You will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
There you go.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
They've somehow created a hyper-lightspeed weapon built within the planet itself. It's another Death Star.
Isn't that what the Death Star, the whole thing with the Death Star was too? Like they could destroy a whole planet?
Power, a weapon of that size.
Look at the comparison from the Death Star and Star Killer Base or whatever that is. And we thought the Death Star was big.
But that's typical. That's like any other sequel movie. You got to make the whole scenario thing, just make them 10 times bigger.
Disable the shields. Can you work there? What do you got?
I can do it. We disable the shields, we take out the oscillator, and we blow up the big guns.
No matter how much we fought, I've always hated watching you leave. If you see our son, bring him home.
What was your job when you were based here?
Sanitation.
Sanitation.
Sanitation? People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on
The
us.
galaxy is counting on us.
We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works.
And Chewie chimes in too. No, it's not. Oh my god!
Remember me?
Chewie just went like full beast mode on her. Oh, nice.
Yeah? How did you get away?
I can't explain it.
Escape now. Hug later.
Smart move, because in a lot of movies, they always find time to do a kiss or like a hug, and they don't acknowledge that like they're literally being tailed by the bad guy right behind them.
My friend's got a bag full of explosives.
I'll go down below. Detonator. We'll meet back here.
Honestly, I think Chewie and Han probably one of the best duos in a film ever.
Your son, he's gone. He was weak and foolish like his father, so I destroyed him. My son is alive. It's too late.
No, it's not. Leave here with me. Come on.
That's not too late. It's never too late to turn. I mean, especially take an example from Darth Vader. Is that why he looks up to Darth Vader, though? He doesn't know what happened with between him and Luke? You don't know how much this scene pissed me off in the movie theater. I should have just saw it coming, because like when they were going over that bridge and you see how deep that is, it's just like, you know someone's going to fall off into it. Leia feels it, but it goes to show, we all know how Harrison Ford... Oh, nice shot, Chewie. We all know how Harrison Ford felt toward the character of Han Solo.
We're not done yet. That lightsaber, it belongs to me.
Honestly, for a guy who's not really trained in the Jedi arts, and who has never picked up a lightsaber before, Finn is not doing that bad. So we gotta give him props where props is due. Kylo. Like, look at that! Look at that! He actually left a mark on Kylo. That's a pretty good job. But then again, that happens. Ooh! Doesn't need to be trained at all, does she?
Red 6, cover us. I'm on it. Roger. Everybody else, hit the target hard. Give it everything you got.
Ooh. I mean, just, this should say a lot, because, like, Kylo Ren is pretty well trained, and so for Finn to take, to get a nick out of him, and to Rey to hold her own against him, and, like, seems like she can really fight back against him, is saying a lot.
I can show you the ways of the Force.
Oh, you want to be your teacher now? Ooh. I guess she was honing her senses right there. And I don't know why Kylo gave her the chance. Wait, what? Seriously? I didn't know she beat him that bad, though. Oh, look at that.
All teams, I got eyes on them.
Oh, shoot. They really did it. Oh, they blew that up. Man, that huge thing. That's like 5,000 planets combined or something, right? Because that's like 10 times bigger than the Death Star, and the Death Star was like like a small planet. She felt it. She knows. Oh, he awoke!
General, R2-D2 may contain some much-needed good news. Tell me.
Oh, he has the full map, and BB-8 has that one piece.
All right, buddy, hold on.
Nice.
It is complete.
Oh, and he's just standing there too. Wow. Staring off into the distance. Looks like a hermit. He looks like Obi-Wan did in A New Hope. Now it's time to help the Resistance yet again. Time for a new story to begin. Look at that picture though. That scenery. J.J. Abrams, you did a good job with the shots and stuff. It's just very cool backdrop, and yeah, I dig it. But yeah, guys, that was Force Awakens. Can't wait to review it and talk about it. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, this is a good, solid Star Wars movie. Probably the best in the Disney trilogy for a lot of people. And I just want to get that out there. I like this movie. Right off the bat, these are my thoughts on this movie. I appreciate this movie. I think it is a good addition to the Star Wars franchise. And on its own, I think this movie holds up, and I think it does great. But compared to what we have witnessed with the original trilogy, and I guess with the prequels, in my case, because I'm a fan of the prequels, there's just something that doesn't hit me with the new trilogy like it did with the original trilogy and with the prequels. Maybe it's because George Lucas really didn't have that much say, or I think he did. I think the rumor was he did get a lot of say into the movies, but usually Disney at the end did what they wanted with the movies without him giving the green light, even though they didn't really need the green light from him because they already bought all the rights towards Star Wars. But there's just something that doesn't hit me the same as the time George Lucas was in control of all of the Star Wars franchise things. And I don't know, that I feel it shows a lot, even though, especially in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, those movies show a lot of how George Lucas didn't really have that much involvement in the movies. But The Force Awakens, I feel it does have a lot of throwbacks towards A New Hope, and I feel that's why probably this is the most well-received out of the new trilogy. That being said, there was just a lot of stuff missing for me that The Force Awakens didn't have that the original trilogy and the prequels had that I love. Like, for example, like the transitions of the swipes and like the swipe downs and like, I don't know, the dissolves. You know what I'm talking about. The Star Wars fans know what I'm talking about, though. The way they used to transition the old movies. That is something that I love with a Star Wars movie, and we did not get that with this movie. And that's something, even though it's a small little thing, it's something that makes a huge difference for me, and I really wish they would have that in The Force Awakens and the other two movies after this. But maybe that's something Disney didn't really like and they wanted to do a new thing with, but that's something that really makes it feel like a Star Wars movie to me, and I didn't get that with The Force Awakens. The story's there. It's a fun story. I appreciate the characters in this. I appreciate Rey, Poe, Finn, and the addition of the new, smaller characters that we got to see in this movie. And I think I really do like the characters that are being brought to us now in the new trilogy. But it's just something about how they sort of relied on a lot of the old characters too to kind of carry this movie, especially Luke, because he's like the main obstacle they need to find throughout this film is to go and search for Luke, as well as introducing Han back into the mix, as well as Princess Leia, C-3PO, R2 is asleep, but he's still in the movie. Yeah, I feel like this movie relied on a little bit of the older characters that we know and love, and I feel that is a good thing in a sense. It's not good to erase all the older characters. For a new trilogy, I feel like it needs to stand on its own by itself with newer characters as well, and maybe like, yes, have a nod to the older characters as well, but maybe not rely on them too much, and I feel this movie kind of relied on the older characters a lot. Maybe a lot of people like that. I like it, but I just feel like if you want a new story, it needs to have newer characters, and it needs to focus on those newer characters as well. Kind of like the prequels did. I mean, like, yeah, Darth Vader is an old character, but Anakin is a newer character, and his story is basically the prequels. It's what it mainly focuses on. The prequels mainly focus on the story of how Anakin was a young boy, wants to be a Jedi, Qui-Gon wants to train him, dies, Obi-Wan takes on that mantle of being Anakin's trainer, his Jedi master. And so we see the transition of him being a young, innocent, adolescent boy who is sought to be the chosen one to bring balance to the Force, and then we see the downfall of how he is corrupted by the Sith Lord. Anakin was a new character in the prequels, because all we saw with Darth Vader, we didn't see Anakin, except for the last part of Return of the Jedi. But in this movie, I feel like we see Han a lot, we see Leia a lot, we see a lot of the older characters that we know and love, which is all fine and dandy.
That's just a side note, though. That's not something I really focus on because, like, I do have a lot of enjoyment from seeing old faces like Han and Leia and Chewie. Just, I don't really have a gripe with this movie at all. I think it's a great standalone movie. I just don't feel a Star Wars connection as much as I would have hoped for when I first saw this in theaters. There's just a sense of feeling I get towards the original trilogy as well as the prequels. And it might have to do a lot with George Lucas's involvement with the movies, but for me, I don't get that with the new trilogy. There's just a certain feel I do not get. And for me, I'm just going to tell you right now what I give this movie. The grade I give this movie is, I'd give it a B+, an A-. I'll lend towards more the B+, because I feel it relies too much on similar scenarios we saw in A New Hope. And I feel that's why this movie did as well as it did, because A New Hope is such a classic movie. And so I feel Disney wanted to go the safe route and do a story that is really similar to what they already know fans love, and which is Star Wars, that first ever Star Wars ever made, A New Hope. That being said, though, a B+ for me for Force Awakens. The characters are there, but I feel... Okay, let's talk about Rey. Rey, for me, she's a good character. I like her. There's nothing wrong about her. But the fact of the matter is, she is so strong with the Force, it's just not even fair. I mean, Kylo Ren was trained by Luke Skywalker, and he doesn't hold a candle to Rey. And she has not even been trained at all. I feel like she is just so overpowered that it's just unfair. It's not even a threat. You totally saw the end battle between Rey and Kylo, and like, it's just no comparison. She is not even trained. The first time she ever picked up a lightsaber, ever fought with a lightsaber, and she's kicking Kylo's ass. I don't think it's fair. I think they made her too overpowered, and I think they just didn't really give the same type of background story that we got with Luke or Anakin, for that matter. They had to work their way up to have training, to a knowledge of the Force, to become one with the Force, to just like, I don't know. It's not there for me. It feels like it's too forced for me, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but in my opinion, I feel it is a little too forced for me with Rey. Finn is cool. I feel he's just a side character, and I don't get how they're kind of making the relationship between Finn and Rey a little bit on the romantic side, but you don't really know. And that kind of made me question, like, not really understand why they would do that. Because we will see in further films of the last two movies that they don't really, spoiler alert, they don't really progress with their relationship in the romantic manner that we're getting the feel for between Finn and Rey. And I don't know why they really did that, because it's there. They just didn't run with it. And so, yeah, I don't know what they were going with. But Poe Dameron, he's a cool character too. He seems really nice. But he's supposed to be like the best pilot in the galaxy or something like that. And I could see that. I don't know much about him. They didn't really give a huge backstory on who he was. I mean, he's the first character we see in the movie before the movie even starts. But he just seems like another side character that could be thrown away, in a sense. I mean, the movie's 2 hours and 18 minutes, so they really tried to give enough screen time to each character, which is fine, but this is the problem when you have too many people on screen at the same time. You kind of just look over certain people and their characteristics, and you just really don't get to dive too deep into the story of that character. And Rey is the main character. Obviously, she is the main character, so I understand why they did that. But it's just, I would like to know more about Poe, and I feel we don't really get that. And also, Finn, I feel they dive a lot more deeper into his backstory than they do Poe. But Poe seems like a character I would like to get to know more. He seems really nice, really cool, and he seems like a cool guy. That could just be from the acting as well, from Oscar Isaac, but yeah. Another thing I would like to talk about briefly is Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver. I'm not a huge fan of Kylo Ren. I'm just being honest with you. He is a baddie. He is like the all-powerful Sith Lord, or whatever you want to call him. Is he even a Sith Lord? I'm not even 100% sure. But
he just seems like a watered down version of Darth Vader who has daddy and mommy issues. That's my opinion. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. And it just seems like they were trying to replace Darth Vader and they had to make this whole new villain, but in a sense, it just comes off as like a sloppier version of Darth Vader. And I don't know, maybe that's just my preference, but I just feel like he's not really a great villain. It is sad to see his transition from being trained by Luke Skywalker, but then getting seduced by the dark side like Anakin did and becoming part of the Empire. So that is very reminiscent of Darth Vader's upbringing of how he became bad. So that's another throwback to the original trilogy. And Adam Driver's performance as Kylo Ren, I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I like Adam Driver. He's a great actor, and I think he does the role justice, whatever the role was given to him, the script, how it's supposed to be portrayed. I think he does it great. It's just the character for me. It doesn't do it. Kylo Ren doesn't hit the right spots for me. We will see more of him in future movies, in the next 2 movies, but for me, I'm not a huge fan of Kylo Ren. I could do without, but that part where he kills Han still pisses me off today. And I know Harrison Ford really wanted that to happen. I know he didn't want Han to be alive anymore in the movies, but why'd you have to do him like that, Kylo? Why'd you have to kill your father? It's just messed up. It makes me sad. It makes a lot of the viewers of this movie sad. Yeah, but also, they have a lot of other villains in like the books and the comic books that they could have used for a newer villain in these movies, like a more refreshing villain and not really a carbon copy, a watered down version of Darth Vader. That's just me. Couldn't they have used a different villain? Yeah, I don't know. It's just thoughts. Me speaking about the stuff that I've witnessed on the movie screen. But yeah, Force Awakens, it's a fun time though. It is a good, solid movie. B+ from me. Just not really gives me the same feels as the original trilogy or the prequels do. And yeah, that's just my thoughts. I did enjoy it. The story is there. It's a fun time from start to finish. It really keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's fun to see Rey and Finn kick butt, as well as Han and Chewie also being in the mix and shooting, and the Poe in space shooting that huge thing. God, I'm blanking on the name, but the Death Star kind of ripoff. They just made it bigger. And so, yeah, it's a fun time. Does the movie hold up? I would say yes. The graphics are there. Disney did a great job with the graphics, as well as like the whole backdrop of this movie. It's there. It still holds up in my opinion. If I saw this in the screen tomorrow, the big screen in the movie theater, I would say yes, it's still a fun time in theaters, and I would recommend going to see it. But for diehard Star Wars fans, I just feel it's not there for me. And I am curious to see what Disney does with future installments to the Star Wars franchise. I mean, like, Rogue One is a great movie, as well. I didn't hate Solo at all. I thought Solo was a pretty fun time. But obviously, The Mandalorian is probably the best thing Disney has done with the Star Wars franchise so far. And I love me some Mandalorian. That's a great show. But I'm still curious to see what else they do. I know there's a Boba Fett show coming out, and as well as an Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And yeah, they're just going to do a lot with this franchise, and I'm curious to see, because I have Disney Plus. I've been watching all this stuff, and it's a fun time. And so Disney is hit or miss with Star Wars. Hopefully they're more hit in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, that is my take on The Force Awakens. That is my reaction, commentary, short review of the movie. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time, and I hope you guys did too. As always, leave down in the comments what you guys think of The Force Awakens. Where does it rank among your 9 movies in the Star Wars saga of the Skywalker story? Let me know what your guys' thoughts of this movie is. I'm dying to know. I want to know your true thoughts of this movie, because it probably doesn't compare to mine. I'm probably amongst the minorities, or I might not be. I don't know. But I would like to know your guys' thoughts. And yeah, what do you guys think of Rey and Finn and Poe and all the new characters? What are your guys' take on that? I'm dying to know. So leave down in the comments. As well as, if you liked what I did today, if you liked my reaction, my commentary, maybe hit that like button, as well as maybe subscribing for future installments of this series, as well as future uploads from me. You will just get notified. All you have to do is press the subscribe button, and that's basically it. It's free, and you'll just get notified. It's one click away. Really does help out the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, other than that, guys, I had a fun time. Hope you guys did too. Look forward to reacting to The Last Jedi with you guys and commentating on it, and I look forward to uploading that video very soon. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you soon. Peace.